Hello, hello. I am doing my best to record this audio and I'm hoping that it's working. Oh my god, let me go back and check. I've only gone and bloody fixed it. It's working, guys. I'm here. My puppy's also here, so excuse the noise. Right, okay, I've applied my tips. I've applied my Madam Glam base coat and top coat underneath and 2 layers of this Wildflowers Freedom liquid before I applied the tips. I'm going in with Nailmate's Goddess Acrylic because I want to be able to peel these nails off because I can't function with really long nails. So, yes, this is what I do. I don't prep my nails fully. I just push my cuticles back. I apply base coat, top coat, and then 2 layers of peel off base coat. I then apply my tips, and now I'm going in with Goddess Acrylic. Okay, I know I've repeated myself, but I felt the need to slow it down, lady. So the brush I'm using is a size 10. I have very, very small nails. So my thumbnail there is a size 6, I believe. 6, I think. Or 5, 6, maybe. Maybe 5. Not very long anyway. And I'll do the basic structure of this stiletto nail in 3 beads, but I always go back and add any if you need to. And please don't sit there stressing about how many beads it takes because it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you get your product ratio down so it works like butter. Like absolute butter. If you've got your ratio down, it's super easy to work with. You're not going to get stressed. You're not going to have it dripping everywhere. You're also not going to have it so dry that it won't adhere to the nail. And believe me, if I could function with nails this long, I used to, but I can't anymore because we got a puppy. But if I could, I would. I absolutely love the clickety clack. Can you hear that? Oh yeah, that's my favourite sound. Favourite sound in the world. Absolutely love it. I could listen to it all day. So I've got a big dollop of acrylic on my brush and I'm going to tilt that nail right down and let gravity do the work for me. And I'm just going to pat it and press it and pat it and press it. And I've got monomer in my brush, so that's feeding the bead as I walk it down the nail. But if I feel that the bead is setting up a bit too quick, then I'll just go and get my brush loaded up with monomer again and just feed that bead. But this is kind of what you want to be working with. You want it to flow, but not too much. You don't want it dripping. It was just a nightmare when it does that. But we've all been there and I've done it a gazillion times, as you will see in older videos. So when it does get harder, I'm really using the belly of the brush and pushing down to kind of blend that bead out. And then I'll just grab a tinier bead and make sure I've got that seam line nice and sorted. Seam line. Okay, so I am working that bead, as you can see, quite pushing down quite hard, just trying to blend as much as I possibly can in without having to apply too much more product. But I will sort out the join line, because it just dried out a little bit. You know, you've got your central heating on, it's nice and warm and toasty. That acrylic's going to dry. So just a tiny little wet bead there, that'll soak in. It'll be lovely jubbly. Blend it back with the very, very underneath of the tip. Just the tip. And you'll be good to go. No problemo. Look at that. Lovely. Now I'm going to get the cuticle area done. As long as you've got the bead in control, you're all good. Now what you're drinking, I am having iced water because I've not been very well. I've had a bit of a dicky belly. I feel a bit sick. So iced water for me today. But as always, let me know what you're drinking. I'm normally a Yorkshire tea, aren't I? But not today. No, no, no. And have you done your nails yet? If so, what have you got? Because I actually have not done my nails. My right hand is naked. And my left hand's got these on still from days ago. But I will take them off and do something else. Do you know what? I don't actually want to do my nails because I want to be able to keep doing lots of different sets. So that's the thumb. I'm going to show you here. There's a slight dip there, look, from the side. That's why you want to check the side profile. And obviously that would be a weak point for somebody wearing nails this long. So I'm going to apply a slightly wetter bead and I'm going to blend it back straight away. The good thing about Nailmate acrylic is it blends super easy. It's not difficult to work with. It's got that buttery texture and I've got a buttery discount code. I don't make any money from the discount code, but if you do choose to use it, it lets the team at Glitter Planet know that I have been a useful person. So I will put my discount code in the description box along with the link you can use to get to their website and have a look at their acrylics because they are absolutely divine to work with. And this one in particular, when you put your like glossy top coat on, it's got that subtle gold shimmer. Oh, it's beautiful all year round. And I can see it as being a gorgeous bridal colour as well. It's just so freaking cute. Seriously, gorgeous. Right, so I'm just trying to do as much work as possible with my brush so that I don't have to file as much. The one thing I didn't do this time, because I was rushing, was shape my tips before applying my acrylic. So I went straight in with my Pro Stiletto tips and didn't file them. And I'm just checking the sides here. This is a key area where I've always, it was worse when I was a beginner nail tech, but I've always like run the risk of missing bits of product because I'm focusing on other areas. So I just go in and check. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. There was something in my head. Hang on. Oh yeah, you know I said I was trying to save time. I was messing about with this set of nails on and off for 5 hours because I was having breaks, but also I kept changing my mind on what I wanted to do. So then I'd take it off the nail and start again. Very frustrating. I've sped this one up. This is the only other acrylic application I will show you in this video because the rest is going to be design. Otherwise you would be here for a very, very long time, and this video is already very long for me. So if you prefer this kind of format a little bit longer, then I'll keep it like that. If you prefer me to cut them down even shorter, then I will listen. Whatever you want, or if you want a combination, some short, quick, salon length designs and some like this, I can do that too. Or if you want longer and crazier, let's go there. Let's bloody well go there. I sculpted a set on Abby the other day. She's back at work after her surgery. So I sculpted some short almond nails and I haven't reviewed the footage yet. My God, I haven't sculpted on another person for such a long time, like years. I've always sculpted on myself, which is easy, but sculpting on someone else, especially someone who ripped their last set of nails off. It's intimidating. And yeah, I'm going to check the footage, and if I like it, then I'll edit that as well. And if it looks horrific, then you're never going to see it, okay? Unless you want me to keep it real and show you the disaster. I can do that as well, absolutely. So the reality, because let's face it, there is a lot of misrepresentation in the industry, in any industry. No one's going to show you at their worst. They're always going to show you their best, right? So maybe we need to normalise making mistakes. We need to normalise rushing or getting it wrong or misjudging or being distracted, having a bad day, having to work when you're ill, in pain, tired, having a customer who doesn't sit still and then it messes their nail up. Fluff. Do you know what I mean? These are things we need to normalise. So I am building up the structure on this nail. Let's get back to this one. I'm doing the same as I did, and I'm checking little areas where I know it's going to cause issues if I don't just fill it in a little bit. Let's balance it all out as much as possible, and that will make the finish filing a lot easier, because the filing area is where I hurt myself. I did file off camera. It's just a bit easier for me with a long set like this. And I've given my nails a clean. I've got Perfect Black from Madame Glam. That's going to be the base. And I am going to apply base coat first on this nail. Now, this was a tester. I thought I'll apply base coat first and see if I like it. Do you know what? I think I prefer just putting the acrylic straight on without a base coat. When I'm doing it on gel nails, like manicure, that's fine. But I just prefer putting the black gel straight on the nail. Anyway, I'm going to be using blooming gel and also white gel paint for this next bit. And this teeny tiny brush that I got from Dorota Politska. I will link her stuff. And then these are all of the like stained glass effect jelly gels I'm going to be using. I will list them as I use them. So first, going in with Perfect Black. The coverage on this gel is wonderful. Look at it. Oh, it's just heavenly. And I'm going to do a whole nail of Perfect Black. I'm going to try and be as neat and tidy as possible. One thing I will say with this style of nail, I think it can be done differently. And I think I might try it if you want me to and show you. Because all the design process of this is going on top of the nail, and there are multiple layers of design going on top of this nail. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 different things that are going in on top of this nail at different times, which means you lose a lot of the shape. And it's really easy to end up with a bulky looking nail, a lumpy looking nail. This pointy stiletto is no longer as pointy. I wonder if it would be a good idea to actually do a thin clear base, then the design, and then encapsulate with clear acrylic. I'm thinking out loud here. I haven't tried it. Might try it and just see if it's easier to maintain that shape. I would think it would be. And structurally, as long as you've got a good cap on it, it should be fine. But look at that gel. That's beautiful, isn't it? Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So that's a 60-second cure. And then I'm going in with a thin layer of blooming gel. Blooming gel is naturally quite thick. You don't need too much of it. And the reason why I keep going over is because I'm trying to smooth it out. I'm trying to avoid lumps and bumps and trying not to lose the shape. It's a constant thing, like a battle, because you don't want to lose too much of the shape. Now I'm going in with the white gel paint. You can use white gel polish. It will probably bloom faster, and I'm quite slow. So for me, the gel paint gave me a bit of time to play. But even by the time I got to the end, the first rose that I did was really bloomed out. And I thought, oh God. I also feel I probably made them a bit too small. I do have really small nails, but I sort of think that I could have made them a bit bigger and then they would have popped more. As it stands, I'm looking at them and they're very beautiful, but they're quite tiny. And I don't know whether, it would have looked better with big nails. I have very small fingernails. So this index finger is a size 7. Hang on. Yeah, 7 or 8, my index finger. My tips only go up to a 9. Just so my pinky's a 9, and I have to take loads off that and adapt it. And then I think it's 8, 7. My index finger's an 8. My middle finger's a 7. Like, I have tiny fingers, so I appreciate that I'm trying to work on quite a slim surface, and there's not as much like canvas, and I would absolutely love to work on bigger nails. I could have done this in stages because, in my opinion, that first rose I've done is now at the right blooming stage, and I want to freeze cure. I want to cure it now. So you could always do it in stages. It's just whatever. It's an artistic process, isn't it? And you've got to kind of go with how you work. You might be a lot quicker than me. You might be working on different type of nails, but I was inspired by Zule Nails. I love her. I watch all her videos, and she was doing the roses, and I thought, God, I haven't done that for years. Like, it feels like forever since I did that. And then I was like, I want to do rainbow roses. Oh my God, it was the bane of my life because I kept painting it and not liking it and taking it off and starting again. It was incredibly stressful. So because this has bloomed quite a lot, I'm going back over it just to darken it up a little bit with the white. Bear in mind, none of this is cured. So that blooming gel, not cured, you put it on and you go straight over it with the white gel. And you have to watch the sides. You want the design on the sides, but you don't want bulk. And you don't want lumps. And you will end up filing some of it off. Trust, I did. So that's cured now for 60 seconds. Let me grab these colours. Right, I've got all of the gels in front of me. I am going in with Yeahm Baby, which is like a golden honey yellowy orange. And then, and I'm just putting a thin layer. See, they're like jelly gels. Then I've got Boy Bye, which is like a turquoise jelly gel. These are really good. When me and Abby were swatching them, she said, what is the point in those? They're not even pigmented. I don't understand. Then I've got Goldfinger. And I said to her, they're for like stained glass window. Oh my God, I want to do clear tips with a stained glass design. Oh, yeah. And next we've got Shagadelic. Shagadelic! Do you remember years ago I did like blooming gel flames? Someone else did that the other day and it was like it was something brand new and I'm like, oh bitch, I did that years ago. Agent 00 Glam, that's this one. So I might have to redo my design because I did that years ago. And oh, that's more Agent 00 Glam. And then I'm going to pop that one in the lamp, I think. Did I add some more pink? I can't remember. No, in the lamp she goes. So that's the first cure done. Now, you've got to go back in with a really thin brush and the white gel paint to define the inner edges of your petals, just the inner. And you don't want it too thick, but what it will do is give it a slightly more 3D pop, and it really makes a difference. Again, like you can flash cure as you go, or you can like just do the whole lot and then cure it in one. Patience. If someone comes to you and wants a set with these, you better charge your worth because it's not quick. And, you know, some people do still think you can do every single design known to man in 1 hour, 30 minutes for £30. And that's not the case. It's just not. So, yeah, as you can see, that's what I'm doing. I'm literally going around the edge as if I'm drawing with a little pencil. But can you see how it starts to bring that rose forward? And it does need more of the stained glass colour as well, which will go on. And this is what I mean. You're building up multiple levels. And then you've got to cap it in clear gel and potentially buff that and then re-top coat again because you don't want lumps. So you need enough top coat to like encapsulate the lumps because you can't possibly do this without it having some raised areas because of the amount of product you're using. So you're trying to keep the product as thin as possible whilst trying to cap it in as much as possible in order to stop it being lumpy, but you don't want the nail to be fat. And there is the issue. It's probably easier on like a long square because those bottom edges you can just swipe clean, but on a stiletto you need that point and that's difficult to achieve. They're just not as pointy. I look at them now and they're really beautiful, but they're just not as sharp as I would like. I like my stiletto nails to a point where like they're sharp, they're a weapon. They point. They you know, they are a self-defense mechanism. I'm not worried about walking home from the shops late at night with these nails. Come and mug me, I shall put them in your neck, dear. So I'm just about done, and this will have a full cure for a minute. And then we're going to go back in. So I'm going back in similar sort of order, but not perfectly the same. Boy Bye. And again, don't want too much, but you want just enough. It's a bit of a balancing act. What one have I got there? I've got Goldfinger. I don't mind if I'm going over one colour with another colour because I want that rainbow rose effect, that kind of diluted transition in between colours. So I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. Then this is Yeahm Baby. And again, I'm kind of going a bit over the yellow, a little bit over the green. It's all merging and moulding together. And because they're not as pigmented, because they are jelly gels, it makes it easier. That one is Shagadelic. I really love the colour of that. I just would have worn that, to be fair. And what have we got next? Oh, yeah. Agent 00 Glam. I'm really happy with that. That's beautiful. She needs to go in the lamp. Look at that. But can you see the shape is a little bit lost? And then because there was still a bit of white glowing through, I'm going through again with those colours. I will list them in the description box for you. Just a bit thinner this time, but still it needs more definition. And I can't help but think this would be easier if I put it on a thin base and then encapsulated it. What do you think? Have you tried that method? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if you've tried it or if you think, yeah, that's a good idea. And have you done your nails? I can't remember what I asked because I'm on the second day of doing this voiceover. I did a bit yesterday, then I had to help my son with something. So now I'm doing it today and I can't actually remember what I said at the beginning. God help me. I don't know if I'd had caffeine or not. I really don't know. Couldn't tell you what kind of day I was having either. Okay. I'm just touching up a little bit with Agent 00 Glam, and then she's going in the lamp and having a cure. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to top coat straight away because I don't want any fluff. We do not want the fluff in the nail. It's very not good. And I did double top coat. And in the end, spoiler alert, I didn't like them glossy, so I changed them to matte. I felt like with the glossy top coat, the light was bouncing off the nail and you couldn't see the depth of the colours in the roses. And then when I went matte top coat, it looked like a watercolour painting, which was beautiful. So I give it a buff because I wanted any lumps gone, and I do want to add some crystals because hello. And I'm giving it a clean with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free wipe. And having a look at it thinking, oh, I quite like that. I quite like that with matte. I really do. But I went in with another glossy top coat because I was like unsure. So I thought I was going to have them glossy. And after this, once I started getting to the final design part, I was like, oh, I don't like them glossy. So technically there's even more layers. There's about eight or 9 layers because I did an extra layer of colour and an extra layer of top coat, although I did buff twice. That's a lot, isn't it? And you can see the difference in the shape. It's not terrible, it's just not as pointy. So I've done my black layer again on the ring finger. This time I did not use the base coat. It doesn't need it. Madam Glam gel sticks. Like, it doesn't chip. It sticks. So I'm going to cut out a layer if I can get away with it. And then in with blooming gel. I've sped this up now because otherwise you probably fall asleep. I mean, if you're still awake, well done. Sped it up quite a lot because I'm slow. I'm a slow ho, as Zule Nails would say. I'm a slow ho. I like to take my time, darling. Well, I don't have much choice because I can't go any faster if I tried. So, same again, little roses, little petals coming around, using the white gel paint and the teeny tiny brush that I have. I used to have another brush that was really, really, really thin, but I can't find it. But this is probably my thinnest brush, and I think this would be quite good for like character painting as well, because it's teeny tiny. Sorry if you can hear my tummy, it's making all sorts of interesting sounds. It's every now and again it goes ooh, like ooh yeah. There we are, adding some more. See that top one, the first one I did, that's really bloomed out now, and again, like that could do with a cure. Really. So if you're doing a long nail, I don't know, maybe do it in stages. So it's had a full 60-second cure, and this time I'm going in slightly different orders. So I'm using Shagadelic. I love this colour. It's like raspberry. It's so delicious. I kind of want a full set with Frenchies, but clear tips with this and like pearls or something on it. Really weird. And maybe that sculpty gel stuff. I don't actually have any. You know the stuff they squeeze out the bottle to make the lumpy nails? I don't have any. And I think it's because I didn't like the lumpy nails, but I'm coming round to it. It took me a while. I'm old school. Right, so colours used. Shagadelic, Heartbreaker, Yeahm Baby, and Boy Bye. I actually prefer that colour scheme. I like it. Full cure for 60 seconds. In again to do the edges with the white gel paint on a teeny tiny brush and just keep it really thin. It doesn't need a lot, it just needs that pop. Like I said, that little bit of, God, my hair is falling out so much. I've lost weight and my hair is responding. Sorry about that, my phone rang. Okay, so yeah, where was I? Yeah, I've lost weight. I've been on a weight loss journey. And my hair has decided to be lost as well. So, yes, roses, outline. Oh, more news. Instagram link will be in my description box. It's back. It's back. So if you're over on there, come and say hi. We've got lots of interesting stuff coming up this year. As you can see, I'm just literally just the inside. When I first did this years ago, I did one where I did not define the petals, and I did one where I defined them in the wrong area. It was so funny. I just didn't know my arse from my elbow. I honestly didn't know what I was doing. Right, that's Shagadelic, which is the raspberry red. That is Heartbreaker, which is the blue. It's a stunning blue. Really, really nice. That is a bit more of the first one, Shagadelic. And that is, that is Goldfinger. And then that one is Boy Bye. And you see, like, I'm liberally just splashing it on. Happy days. Look at that. Going in with top coat. And then I'll buff. Yeah. At this point, right, I had no idea what I was doing with the rest of the nails. I was in sheer panic mode. I just sat there for ages, like, I don't know what I'm doing. My brain had stopped working and I just did not know what to do. So I decided to do a French on here, and I was fatigued. Like, where I'd changed my mind a couple of times and changed the design, like off camera, I'd been here for hours. Obviously breaking off to like pick up Oliver and do stuff like that, but nevertheless it just felt like the never ending nails. It felt like the longest thing I've ever done. It probably wasn't, but it felt like it. My back was in spasm. I was like, oh my god, I'm broken. So I'm mapping out my Frenchie. I'm using my longer brush. I can't remember which brush this is. I think this is from Euphoria Nails, Beautiful Nails by Jess. Yes, it is, and it's my 15mm. And that is my go-to, actually, for everything, my 15mm brush. I use it for so much. I only use my shorter brushes when I have to. I just find 15 is the right, that in-betweeny level. I did debate cutting some bristles off to make it even skinnier, but I'm scared to touch it because I don't want to change it. Like, I don't want to make it bad. So I do use it for so much. In fact, I think I ended up using it for the roses and everything on this one because I just couldn't be asked to change brushes. I've got a feeling I did. I'll soon find out. I'll know in a second. But it is just a really good length for mapping out a French. It's a really good length for everything. The only thing I probably wouldn't do with it is like if I did character painting, but I currently don't because I'm too scared to try. I have done some in the past. Maybe that's a this year thing. Look, there we go. Look at that French. Do you know what I've decided? I would be incredibly happy with long black stilettos 365 days of the year. I don't know why. They're a bit of me. They speak to me. I really like black nails and red nails. I'd have long red nails as well all year round. Don't know why. But I do the designs because I like... Yeah, I did stay with my 15mm. I do the designs because I really enjoy the expression and the creativity. Like, it's not just doing nails for me, it's art. I don't draw, I don't paint. I do music and I do nails. That's my thing. That's like a creative outlet, an expression of how you're feeling or what things that you like. It's got to come out somehow, hasn't it? I also like writing, but haven't done that for years. There we are. That was quite quick. I have sped it up a bit. That's going in the lamp, obviously. And then I'm going in with Shagadelic. Oh, it's a lovely colour in it. Oh, she's a beauty. And I think I just ombre'd her with Heartbreaker, the blue. I have Madame Glam's February collection in front of me. It's a stunner. It's really pretty. You're going to want it. So reserve some cash now. I will give you a 30% discount, but you need it. It's everything. Absolutely everything that you need. Like, the colours are absolutely phenomenal. Okay, again, in with the white, still using my 15mm. And I am doing the inner leaf again, remember? So it brings it forward. Light and shade. That's all you've got to think. Light and shade. Nothing is flat. We see it with our eyes, three-dimensional. We don't even log what we're seeing. I think people that are naturally good at art, they make a mental note of what they're seeing. They understand points of light and shade. I was never good at art, so I've had to learn that things have light and shade. Not everything is a flat colour. And I'm having to, and that's why I don't do character painting, I think, because there's a lot of light and shade involved, and I don't know it very well, but I want to learn it. Like, I am willing to learn. Okay, so I'm going in with, again, I've cured that for 60 seconds. I'm going back in with the two colours, which are Shagadelic and Heartbreaker. And we'll just do another ombre. Just re-go over it. And if it needs another layer, it'll have another layer as well, just to make sure that the white is not too white. We don't want it too white. Otherwise it just, it won't look good. And the good thing is, like I said, because they are jelly gels, they're not overly pigmented. You can ombre them quite easily. You don't need to do too much. There's me doing naughty things with my nails. But I needed to just make sure the side wasn't too thick. And again, just going back in a little bit, felt like I was losing a bit of that colour. And in the lamp she goes, 60-second cure. And then I'm going in with top coat. And again, I think I went in with gloss top coat and then decided I didn't like it. But that's okay, because it's sealing in the design. The edges are capped. It's all safe. So, yeah, it's not as if I've kind of not capped it or anything. It's got a nice safety layer. And I've been wearing them for days. Even with a peel-off base coat, you can keep them on for days. They won't budge until I put loads of cuticle oil on and start wiggling them. Right, so here we are. I've decided I want this gel on the thumb and pinky, and it is called Oh What Fun. And it is a black, holographic and reflective. It's a stunner. And I just wanted, basically I wanted two black nails, but I wanted to incorporate the rainbow colours that we're getting with the roses. So I had to go for a holographic. I mean, I just had to. I had to make the sacrifice. It's absolutely stunning gel. I love the out of focus shot. It's great. It's perfect. There we are. She's beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gel. You can see that hollow there. Oh, hello. Right, 60-second cure and then in with the second coat. So, so, so pretty. I'm absolutely in love with it. I could have just worn a whole set of these and I would have been happy, but it would not have been very interesting to watch, would it? So what I want and what I do are two different things. I don't know what I'm doing off camera here. I think I'm just tidying up the edges. Yeah, I am. Or am I top coating? Maybe I'm top coating. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't have a clue. Can't see. Sounds like top coat to me. So this is where we are. We're glossy, we're top coated. And then I wanted bling, so I buffed the middle nails, found these crystals from my old crystal mixes that I made, grabbed some builder gel, because I don't have, again, I want that tube. I need to go and do an order with Glitter Planet, because I want that tube of the squirty gel that you can use to make raised areas and also to put crystals on. Because I'm using builder gel, which means it's a tacky layer. It's just not good. But I'm using my dotting tool from Glitter Planet, and I'm putting that heart on now. Obviously it's like an off-centered heart, so it's hard to figure out where you want it, but the way I see it is just put it wherever you want it and work with it, because it's whatever you want. It just picks up. It's got every single colour in it that I have on these nails, and it was just meant to be. And then I've grabbed some Chaton back, which is pointy back, AB Swarovskis that I had in my drawer, and I can't remember what size they are, maybe like an SS6 or an SS5, but I can't actually remember. And then the two crystal mixes I've got there, oh gosh, that one's called Kaleidoscope and the other one is Firecracker, and they are from my Alina crystals. I thought the two, they both have like a rainbow effect on top of their base colour. So although like the kaleidoscope looks blue, it actually is got all colours that go through it. Like you turn it and it goes orange, green, yellow, pink. And the same with the firecracker. That looks pink, but that goes orange, yellow, and a hint of blue. So it would pick up all the different colours in the roses. And then I spilt my glue. I spilt my adhesive, had a mare, had a breakdown, finished the nails off camera, and now I'm coming in with cuticle oil from the Tough Love nail coat, and this is the finished design. If you are still here, thank you, I salute you, and I love you very much. Don't forget to comment, because it really, really helps me to grow my channel, which means I can create more content. And also don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!